Hi, this is Vishal, and as we know that the multiple sessions be going on, like a canvas, like your chart sessions in which we have done some MP and right chart, and that we continue the tour. We have a TDD sessions in the Kotlin, so many more. So as we have done last time, the canvas part one, in which we learned how we can do the path as in a freehand and how we can move and do the digital signature, likewise that on the canvas. So this is the second part in which we have to learn how we can draw some figures and also how we can get bitmap image and how we can move that. So first we have to learn this second step for the as in a basic step whenever you work with the animation on the canvas or a simple games on canvas, 2D games on canvas, that I will describe you how we can do that. So before that, first you have to learn that these kind of stuffs, that how we can draw figures, multiple figures, how we can make it. So a lot of stuffs be there, and I also have seen that some user wants the code on the GitHub, that I have put it, and those which remaining, so I will do it in the future and give you the link and provide you the link. Thank you so much for your comments on that. So let's talk about some drawings on canvas in the Kotlin. This is a canvas 2 part session, and those who learn this, please must watch my previous session in which we have learned how we can draw that path and how we can freely hand do the freely hand drawing using the path, and how we can do the digital signature or likewise that. So now we have to start this session, and this sessions we continue with the small games on the Kotlin. So let's start it in Android Studio. Okay, so let's start in Android Studio. So here we have a simple class Kotlin file that gives the name canvas figure draw, and as we have done last time on the canvas, must watch that session. And then how we can call that on your main activity. So we hide that set content view and directly use this class canvas figure draw be like this. Okay, so please must watch in the session, first session I already described these things. So here first we have to draw some figures. So before making a figure, what we need it, we need some canvas and bitmap, and then we can use some color be there, and then make a paint, and then after making a paint we need to draw that figures. So that's the basic steps we have to learn here. Okay, so for this first we have to go for a private let init where uh, canvas 1. I'm just making a variable for the canvas, so simple, it's your simple canvas I'm using. Okay, and then alt enter, and now we have to go for let init where bitmap 1. That's our bitmap. Two things we needed first, that's very basic thing, and then we have a private val back color. I think you know whether we use val and where we use a var. So that's a very important thing in the Kotlin whenever we work with the Kotlin. Okay, so val, that means it is it remains same in complete programs. Okay, and while var can be changed. So here we have a get color, and then get color is your resources, and comma what how we can use that, this is your color dot whatever you need it, you can use it. I'm using the white, and uh, that's your null. Okay, so we can call that colors be easily. So three things first, basic things we need it. Okay, and if you want to draw some color, so you can use one more color, that is your draw color. I already described in last time how we can use these things we here. Just copy paste the same line, and here I'm making the black. Okay, so that's very simple. And now we have to go for the paint, and how we can draw that paint. You can see the private val paint, and that's your paint. And if you want to make it dot apply, and you can apply the things be here, and you can say that's your color be your draw color. Okay, and style I want to be a, here are many styles we can work with this paint dot style dot fill. So here we have fill and stroke, and this these two styles. So first I'm going with the fill. Okay, and uh, sorry, we can go first stroke, then we go for the fill. Then this is your style, and is anti-alias, so that's be true. I already described on last sessions what be the roles of these all the stuffs. Okay, and now we have to go for our function, override function. That's your on size change. Yeah, okay, so sometimes it's useful, and sometimes we do not want to work it some, but because of, as I'll describe you, that where we need it whenever we can recycle the bitmap. So it's good, we can use this bitmap one dot is initialized, and that's your bitmap one dot recycle. That's the important line whenever we work with that. Okay, and here you can use your bitmap one, and that is your bitmap, create bitmap, that's your w comma h, that's your height, and this is your bitmap uh, configure dot this the file, and that's your canvas one, that's your canvas, and this is your bitmap one. So that's the way you can work, and this is your canvas one dot draw color. I will describe you in my coming session what is the uh, basic things of learning the size. Okay, so that means on size change. In my previous session I already described you this is simple stuffs, so you can work on, or otherwise if you do not want to work with this, you can directly work with the on draw. But it's better whenever you work the complex and multiple figures or multiple things, you can change that size or initialize it as in the recycler. Okay, so it because of it repaint it, and memory leak issues, or a lot of stuffs be good whenever you work with. I explained in my first session there. Now we have to go for on draw method, that is the most important. Yeah, so in which we have to make a figures. Okay, so first I'm making a figure, a very simple figure. How we can first we have to go for the how we can draw that canvas. So here we need a canvas, so that's your for the null, and that's your draw bitmap, and that bitmap your bitmap one comma your 0f 0f. I want to start that from the 0, and that's your paint. So this is a very basic thing. So that means it draw your back colors and show to you. And if you go with your first figure, so first figure I'm making a simple line. So first we go for the line. This is your canvas, and draw line always be start from some point. So just like you say 20f, 20f, and that's be your 120f up to and 120f. That means your start point and your end point. So xy coordinates start from and stop from. So that's and we can use it everything with paint here. So let's see what be the result of that draw line here. So you can see that a simple draw line be here. So you can make a simple drawings be like that. I already described and how we can draw the light smooth and how we can movements on that strokes be like. So that's what my first session, but it is a simple sessions how we can draw a simple figures, given figures on that, and make it more complicated in my coming sessions. And let's see, now we can make a rectangle. Okay, so how we can make the rectangle and how we can draw that. Okay, now for the second step, we have to go for a rectangle. So that's also be a very important figure whenever you work with this. So after line, so hide this and work with the rectangle. So for this we need a canvas and draw your rect. And whenever you work with the rect, there's a many approaches making a rect, but I'm showing a simple. Just like we have to go for the left, top, right, and the bottom. So and that area it works. So just like from the top, sorry, left first, then we go for the top, then we go for your okay, just make it a little differences 40. Okay, and then we go for your 70 or 70. So that's be the same area, and this is your page. So this kind of simply rectangle we can build it. Okay, so you can see that this is a rectangle, and you can implement according to your choices. So you can implement whatever be your bottom, top, left, make a big rectangle or a small according to the choices. So this is a simple figure. You can draw it. So now we can see that how we can make a circle now. After the rectangle, we have to go for a circle. So we can check how we can build that circle. So it is important then whenever you work with your simple figures, and once you have done this on the canvas, that means change the size and likewise that, and once you draw these figures, I will describe you how these figures be important whenever we work with the simple gaming. So in my coming sessions I will use these figures on simple game sessions on the 2D, how we can use the bitmap, these all basic things. Okay, so here first we can use that how we can draw that canvas dot draw circle. Okay, so here we have cx, that is the points, and the radius also where we started. So x and y point, if I say 60f, 50f, and I want to make it a circle, radius be 25f, and then we have to use the paint. Okay, we have draw for the paint. So that's your circle. So first to make a draw line, just check it, draw direct, sorry, and then draw circle. So these simple figures we have to work first. Okay, so let's see the result for the circle. You can see that circle only with the stroke, and you can make it with the fill and the stroke both the ways, and also you can put any color with this using the fill. Yeah, so that's very simple, and also you can move it using the touch. I will describe you how can move a bitmap the same way you can work with this circle. So let's see. First we have to go for the path, how we can make a line using the path. Okay, so now we can check the path and how we can build simple lines using the path. But as we have done path last time on the canvas, how we can draw that to be a free line path. Okay, so that's what important session. But it's just a very basic session. Just first you have to learn how we can use this kind of stuffs. So here we can say a path, a path. Okay, so a very simple structure of the path and alt enter. So that's your basic path, and you just hide it. I will show you path. Okay, so that's your path is equals to path, we can say call the constructor, and then path dot first we have to move to, so you can check that whether we have to move means 0, we have to start it from the 0f to 0f, and then line 2, how we can line 2, so that's be a simple line 2 up to 30f to 30f like this, and then we have to close that. Very simple way you can work with this, because of sometimes we need to draw lines using the path. So let's see what be the result here, but most important thing how we can print it. So that's your canvas dot draw path, and this is your path comma paint. So let's see what be the result. Okay, so this is your path. Okay, so let's see the path result be here. So we can draw the lines using the path also. So now we'll check that how we can make a text on the canvas. Okay, so now we have to move after the path as in a simple text. How we can implement text, that's sometimes important on the canvas if you want to show something, but before that we need a text size be here. So you can say your text size on the paint, and you can say 40f, and if you want to go for the text align, you can say that this is your paint dot align dot center. I want with the center. So these two important things whenever you work with the, otherwise we have many things related to the text. Okay, and now how we can make a text as in the center of your canvas. So you can say that this is your x position, and you can make that canvas dot width. Okay, and you can say that dot, this always be important to do the null safety whenever you work on the kotlin. So you can divide it by 2, so you can make a center positions of the width. Okay, you can get that, and then now we have to go for your y position, and on the y position I want the height and divide it by 2. That's very easy, and you have to check that if x position is not equal to null and y position also be not equal to null. So you have to go for a painting with your canvas. So you can say that canvas dot draw text, and that text be hello, and you can make it as an x position, and this is your y position, and comma paint. Okay, and you need to convert it to a float, because the work be like a float on the draw text, and check whether it print or not. So that's be a simple text how we can use it in a canvas. So let's see. Okay, for the text what happened, let's see. So you can see that that's your hello and as in the center position of that. So you can make your text be here on the canvas. So now we can use a bitmap on drawable. So let's see how we can implement it. And the most important part is how we can use a image on the canvas using the drawable. Just like at this time I have a user png. Okay, so I want to use this here. So just hide that part, and here I'm using two variables for the motions. I want to move that image, canvas image also. So here this is a motion x, that's your, at this time I'm using some start point 50, and this is your motion y, that's on the same point. Okay, so just very simple. And on draw, at this time I'm using a bitmap. Okay, so for the bitmap, what to do, you can say that bitmap1 is equals to bitmap factory dot decode resource, and that resource be your resources, comma r dot drawable dot user. That's my bitmap. Okay, and I'm not using with these points, I'm using with the motion. So that means motion x, that means on that points it be represent to me. So that's your simple point. So whenever you work with this, you can use draw kind of bitmaps. Okay, and I'm not using to recycle at this time. I will describe you why, but at this time you can hide that and simply run this. What happened with this painting? Okay, so let's see. Okay, so let's see what happened with the drawable, and you can see that a simple bitmap figure be here, and then it shows you can implement many more drawables like this on the canvas, draw it and then use it. But how we can do the animation, that's on my other sessions. But today let's see how we can do the movements with that. That means on the touch event, how we can move this bitmap. Let's see. Okay, so once you draw your bitmap, how we can move it with the dragging, that means on the touch event. So if you go for on touch event, just a minute. Okay, and that's an important part whenever you work with the touch event. um, I need it a motion x, that is your event dot your x, and the same we have to go for a y. Okay, I want to move it using the mouse pointer. So that's your on touch, we have to move that figures on your canvas, and you can say that when event dot action, I think we already done this steps last times also. You can see that just your motion event dot action up, and here I will make a touch start touch okay, action up, touch up, you can say that nothing we need it. And on the second step we can use that motion event dot action move, and here I want to move that, so you can say touch move, and here I need motion x comma motion y to pass that, and here we have a motion event dot action down, and on down touch down, you can say, or you can say touch start. That's good if you see that. And this is your motion X, motion Y. Okay, so that's we need it. Very simple. And you can say that here we can say return true. So now we have to build these methods. Function, function move, just a minute, let's see. Okay, so this once done, now we do not need that, and we have to go for first how we can move it. So that means on the move we need motion X as in a you can pass that X well, just discriminate the things here, Y well, so you can understand perfectly. X well and motion Y is your Y well. Okay, and now we have to invalidate. Touch up, do not need to work with that. And on your touch start, same, you can use your X well and this your Y well, and just copy paste it. Okay, so very simple and basic steps on touch event and how we can move it. So let's see this user figure. Okay, so let's see what happened with this. So you can see there are simple movements on touch. So how we can do with the accuracy, and how we can do some animations with that and also we have to learn that how to do the 2D drawing games on the canvas in my coming sessions. So let's continue the tour and also continue the other sessions tools, just like charts, and in which we have to draw the pie chart on the next session, and the other charts also. So let's see what happened in my coming sessions. So thank you so much for the day.